Hey guys, I know I usually do devotionals on my channel, but today I wanted to get real with y'all and I wanted to give y'all my own personal testimony. Um, I guess I'll start out whenever I first became a Christian. I got saved around the age of 8. Um, I really didn't know what it was about. I didn't really know what I mean. It was just something that I know I needed to do, but I didn't form that relationship with God. That relationship hadn't been formed yet. Um, After I got saved a couple of years later, there was times where I knew where I didn't really say it, but I knew deep down in my heart that God was testing me. Um, my parents got divorced. It was a rough divorce when I was, I think, 10 years old. Sorry, I'm not the best with memory. Um, and then But before that, my brother Travis got diagnosed with autism at the age of 2, and like I said, my parents got divorced shortly after that, and at that point in time, it was a lot of rough stuff going on in my life at such a young age too, and it was hard for me. It felt like at one point in time, I was I could honestly say I was angry with God, and I didn't feel like he cared about me or cared about my feelings at all. He was just out to get me. Um, Shortly after that, my father got married, and he married my stepmom, Chandra Jones, which I love her to death. I love you, Chandra, if you watch this. Um, and a couple years later, my stepsister Kelsey passed away at the age of 6, and at that point in time, I was like, why would God do this? Why would God want to take the life of such an innocent girl, of such an amazing little girl? Why would God do this? And that was the a point in my time in my life where I felt like I started to get distant from God, and I didn't think that He cared. I was 99.9% sure He didn't care. And after that, it was just between football and then the whole high school popularity thing, which is to any high school student that is watching this or underclassmen, popularity, trust me, it's nothing. It's nothing to be proud. It's not the great thing like everybody makes it out to be. But then after a couple of years of just going through struggles um, and doubt, uh, a guy came in my life at my church at Liberty Hill, and his name was Garen Mason, and he was our youth minister, and he was the one that led me back to Christ and helped me form not only being saved, but being saved and having that relationship with Him, and having those two things together is what has made me who I am today. And I'm not gonna lie. Ever since then, my life hasn't been complete, pure happiness and joy. There have been times where I've stumbled. There have been times where I have felt like just giving up. There have been just some times where God has taken loved ones from my life, but I know that He did it for a reason, and I can never question that. And I've learned that as long as I trust in Him through everything, that He will provide, and He will provide for all my needs. And there is no love, greater love than the love of my Heavenly Father. And it took me until the end. the end of this past year, to realize how great the love of God is. When I got rededicated about, I think it's 9 months ago now, this day, and now I'm singing and preaching and doing these daily devotionals and everything. And I don't do this to glorify me. I do this to glorify the one true God, and to show people that God is the greatest love of all time, and He can work through you just as easily as He's worked through me. If He can use somebody like me to build His kingdom, I know He can use somebody, whoever may be watching this right now. He can use you. He can use you to move mountains, to do things that you will never imagine. I'd never imagined doing this, but I know the Heavenly Father has a plan for you, and He is going to amaze you if you just let Him take control. And one more nugget, I guess you would say, of advice: dig deep into His Word. This thing right here, this is the best thing you could ever read, the Holy Bible. This is the best love story of all time, but at the same time, this is a weapon. This is the weapon that God has given us to take into, whether it be the hallways of your school or your workplace. He has given you this to show people His love, and to put all the uh, false gods and false idols down, and show everybody that He is the one true God. I hope this really touches somebody. I hope this shows you that God can work through anybody. My name is Dylan Ray Jones, and I am second.